Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. Guess what? It's officially fall. You know what that means? We're gonna do a fall makeup look, an official fall makeup look. I've been waiting for this all year, okay? Fall is my favorite makeup season. I've been dying to dive into those rich brown tones and just wear more makeup, to be honest. I say this every year, but I feel like fall lends itself to a little more makeup for some reason, at least for me personally. Maybe because the weather cools down, things wear a little longer, and I don't know, there's something about like a sweater and a smoky eye that I love, and that never gets old to me, so let's get right into it. We're gonna start off with eyes. So I already did my brows off camera. I was going through my stash and I felt like this DANESSA MYRICKS Groundwork palette, this one specifically is the Defining Neutrals palette. I thought this would be a great place to start for this fall look because look at this. It has everything you need to create like the structure for your eye look. It's got cream and then a powder next to it in a matching shade. So I'm gonna start out with, let's see, let's do a little bit of a warmer shade to start. I'm gonna start with Desert, the cream side of this color, and I'm just gonna start to apply this all over the eyelid. I've got a little eye cream that settled into the crease, so I'm just gonna blend that away with this color. I want to do a little bit of like a toasted, grungy eye look. The eyes are going to be the focal point because that's my favorite thing to do for fall is a good old eye look. So I'm just buffing this out all over. This color looks really nice. Guys, I got a blemish right here and I'm not going to dare to try to like get rid of it myself, so it's been sitting there for a long time. I sure hope it goes away soon. How awkward is that though? Hopefully my eyeshadow look will distract away from it a little bit. All right, let's see. Let's go into Stone next, which is this one right here. It's a nice like grayish taupey brown. I'm just gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna start to kind of mix and match these colors. Again, starting with all cream shades first, because I really want this to be super lived in, super grungy, and effortless. So I'm applying this color on the outer part of the lid and then kind of sweeping it into the crease a bit as well. I'm not too worried about like fallout or perfecting the edge here because I'm gonna take a makeup wipe later and do that. All right, let's start to deepen things up a little bit. I'm gonna take, I think we should just go for it. I think I'm gonna do this dark brown. I'm using the same brush again. This is called Sculpted, and we're gonna use this to really start to add in a little bit more precise depth right over the same place that we just applied that previous shade. But I'm just trying to keep this one a little more precise. Okay, now that we've literally laid the groundwork with the Groundwork palette, I was going through my liquid eyeshadows and came across my Lisa Eldridge liquid eyeshadows. And I really want to use one of these. I'm honestly gravitating toward this one because it matches my sweater kind of. This is called Anais and it's like a greenish brown. I don't know, this just seemed like something that would be perfect for this look. So let's try to make something with this. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on the back of my hand and I'm going to pick this up with a brush and then I'm going to apply this on the eyelid. We're focusing the shimmer on more of the inner third of the eyelid, but I do want it to feather out toward the other shadows that we applied on the outer edge. Oh, this color is perfect for this look. Lisa Eldridge also just launched some matte liquid eyeshadows, which I got sent in PR. I just haven't tried them yet. I'm dying to try them. But I felt like I want to try that in like another video. So in the meantime, we're going to enjoy her shimmer shadows, which are incredible. I need a little more. I might just apply this directly to the eye and then quickly blend it out with my brush. I love that color so much. We're going back into that brush we were using with the DANESSA MYRICKS palette, and I'm just taking what's left and making sure the edges are still blended. Okay, now I'm gonna use a little bit of a dark brown eyeliner. This one is from Victoria Beckham. It's in the shade Cocoa. I'm gonna line the eyes across the entire lash line on that top lid, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of a precise brush and try to soften the line and kind of smudge this out while still keeping it as close as possible to that lash line. Okay, same thing on this eye. All right, I think I like where everything's at on the eyelid, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up any fallout under the eye. There honestly isn't much at all because all those shadows were cream. So I'm mostly using the wipe to create a little bit more of a lifted shape on the edge of the eye, like that. And I always take my finger and just tap out the eyeshadow on the edge so that it's not super obvious that I used a makeup wipe to clean it up. All right, let's do a little bit of mascara on the top lashes. Let's see, I want really beefy lashes. So I'm gonna use my Intense Lash Combo, starting with the Dior Lash Primer. We're just gonna focus on the top lashes right now. We'll do the lower lashes in a bit. So I'm applying the primer first, and then we're gonna go in with the YSL Lash Clash Mascara. I'm gonna really layer this up. Again, I feel like fall makeup lends itself to just more makeup all around, so that means more mascara too. All right, let's jump into complexion. I recently tried out the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation, and it got me really excited to wear this for fall because it does lean a little bit more on the flawless side of things and a little less glowy, but it still looks natural actually, which is what surprised me about it. I really loved how it looked, how it wore, so I want to wear this for this look. I'm using the shade Shortbread, and I'm just gonna buff this all over the face. I'm skipping primer because I already did my skincare, so we're just going straight into foundation. And then I'm just pressing that in with my sponge, just for an extra flawless finish. When I think fall makeup, I think contour, and I found this in my collection, the Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Light, and I wanted to use this again. Every time I use this, I love how my face looks in like pictures. I don't know what it is about the shade of this, but it's so good. So I'm just gonna take this on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna pick it up with a brush and then just start applying this along the cheekbones and into the hairline, just to really sculpt and warm up the face. I'm also running this down the sides of the nose, which looks a little wild right now, but I've been doing contour or bronzer before concealer for this reason. I feel like when I add concealer after, I'm able to really kind of clean up the lines a little bit. So I just kind of like throw on the bronzer. I am going to take my sponge and just make sure the lines are as soft as possible before going into concealer. All right, the concealer I want to use is my Tarte Creaseless Creamy Concealer. I've been loving this, as you guys know. And I'm going to take this kind of up on the sides of the nose, again, just to shape things out a little bit. I like a little more shape and structure when it comes to a full glam look. So I'm also going to apply it along the cheeks here to just kind of carve that out as well. We'll do a little on the forehead and a little down the center of the nose as well. And then I'm going to take a concealer brush. This is a double-ended brush from Ciele. This is their foundation and concealer brush though. And I'm just going to start blending out that concealer in a more precise way, and then lightly feathering it into the existing contour that we have. After I've blended that out with my brush, I like to go back into my sponge and just press everything together. I always go back and forth between a brush and a sponge. I find I get the most seamless application that way, and the best blend as well. All right, next we're gonna take the Makeup by Mario powder. This is a new setting powder that I tried the other day as well, and I love it. I have the lightest shade, which I believe is called, what is it? Fair Pink. And I'm gonna take this on a brush and just start to press this into the under eye area. I'm loving this formula. I love how it brightens things, but it really locks the makeup in for an airbrushed look. It is definitely more of a mattifying powder, so keep that in mind. But that's what I like when it comes to a powder in general, but also for a fall makeup look. I want it to be a little more airbrushed. Then I am going to take a little bit of that same powder and just lightly set the outside of the face where we applied that cream contour. All right, we're going to let all this powder sit for a second. We're going to move back to eyes, starting with that eyeliner. I want to do a little bit of this brown liner in the waterline. So I'm going to start with that. Then we're going to hop back into the DANESSA MYRICKS Groundwork palette. And we're going to start with the cream shade Sculpt, Sculpted, which was the dark brown shade that we were using earlier. We're just going to create a little bit of a dark brown base on that lower lash line with this color, very lightly. All right, and then I'm going to take a little bit of, let's see, was it Desert that we used, or was it Mirage? I think it was Desert. I'll take a little bit of that and just warm up the lower lash line right here. I love a good smoky lower lash line, so I'm not afraid to blend it down a little bit lower than some people. Then I'm going to take the powder brush and just kind of like set that lightly. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit more of a precise brush and I'm going to set this down. I'm going to use a different mirror that was too heavy to hold. Anyway, I'm going to take a little bit of this Lisa Eldridge Anais eyeshadow on a small brush because I do want this color against that lower lash line as well. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty smoked out across the lower lash line. I only used the tiniest amount. I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other eye. That looks so pretty. Oh, I love that. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more mascara to the lower lashes. I'm just gonna use my Lash Clash mascara. I have to be careful on the lower lashes with this because the brush is so humongous and it can get messy. All right, let's move back to complexion. I want to take a nice big fluffy brush. This is BK Beauty 102. I'm going to take the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced, a classic. It smells so good. And I'm just going to softly dust a little bit more bronzer all over the face. All right, now for blush. I'm going to use my RAVIE Beauty Endless Diffusion Baked Blush, which just recently launched. In the shade Paradise, this is a fantastic blush for looks like this, where you've got a little more going on the eyes. Because it's a toasted pink, I feel like it works really well with looks like this. Gives you a bit of color, but it's not like overpowering. And when you have browns on the eyes, since there's a little bit of that toasted color in there, I feel like it just matches really well. So I'm gonna go in with this using my blush brush. I like to just kind of like press this in to get the placement, and then I like to buff it at the end. There we go. All right, let's do a little lip look. I'm gonna wipe off any foundation that got on the lips. And I always love a good brown lip liner in fall. I'm gonna use the Make It Forever Artist Color Pencil in Total Taupe today. It's the perfect neutral cool brown. I'm focusing this on the outside of the lips, leaving the center bare, because I just love a good like 90s lip look. You can use any lipstick in the center. I'm gonna opt for a lighter nude that I cannot tell you about right now, but I'll be right back. Da, da, da. Coming soon. All right, I've applied that lighter lipstick color. I love how it's able to blend into the lip liner and create like a really nice, more 90s inspired nude lip. Now that I've got my lipstick on, I'm gonna assess the situation. I feel like I always wanna add either more bronzer or more blush. Today I'm like, I feel like I need a little more blush right here, so I'm taking Paradise again and just pressing that in. And let's take the bronzer brush and just lightly sweep a little more on the forehead. Other than that, I feel like I really like where everything is at, and I like how everything looks. Do we want to do like a highlighter? I feel like it could be pretty. I'm gonna take one of my favorites from Victoria Beckham, and I'm just gonna apply this to the high points of the sides of the face right here. The blush does leave a little bit of a soft glow. It's not a highlighter level glow by any means. So I sometimes go without highlight when I'm wearing the Endless Diffusion blush, but I do love a good balmy glow. Okay, I like how everything looks. Let's go ahead and lock in the makeup. I'm gonna use the new Makeup by Mario setting spray again. I really liked how this looked. I tried it with the Huda Beauty foundation and the powder and loved how my makeup wore all day, so I'm gonna do the same thing again. We're just gonna set the face with this. Once that's like halfway dried down, I always take my sponge and just gently press the setting spray down into the skin. All right, let's do a little bit of brow gel. I'm gonna use my trusted 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. All right, you guys, so that completes this makeup look. I love how it turned out. I'm so excited for fall. I'm so happy to be wearing a sweater because it's finally cold enough outside. Something about sweaters and smoky eyes I will never get over, so I hope you guys like this look. I love this tone that I was able to create on the eyes. I feel like it's mostly because of this Lisa Eldridge eyeshadow. Like, what a perfect kind of grungy olive green gold. It's perfect. It's so nice. It's like not cool toned, it's not warm toned, it's right in the middle, but just checks off all my boxes for fall. I'm really happy about how the look turned out. I feel like mostly because of this. You guys, I'm ready to make as many fall looks as possible. So if you want to see me use a certain product or certain eyeshadow palette this fall, let me know, because I feel like this is the time where we dip into some of our classic favorite fall items. And so I would love to inspire you guys and create looks for you guys using the things that you already have, or new things as well. Just let me know in the comments down below. I really hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Stay tuned for more fall content coming soon. That's it from me today, you guys. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.